Hello and welcome to the Whisky Trials. Look at this unremarkable building behind me. Or should I say, run of the mill. If you know it, you know it. You're probably going to know what I'm about to talk about. Let's go. Alrighty, yes, of course, it is Daftmill. Have I talked about this before? Nay, and thrice nay. I've never managed to get my hands on a bottle. Always been too slow, and I've always kind of thought that it's a little bit expensive. And yeah, this is the first one I have ever tried. Now this bottle, let's see, so you can, there we go. This isn't mine. I did not buy it. It was my brother-in-law's, Russell. Hey man. I tried one up at his house, and he let me go away with this little snifter at the bottom. So I thought I would do this for you, Russell. This is like a video for you and about Daftmill. So yeah, I mean, I've already had one, and I thought it was good. It's good quality whiskey. But let's talk about it and get straight into it. I shall read what's on the back of the bottle because we all like a bit of information, and thankfully Daftmill put a bit of information. I don't even have a whiskey coin to put on top of it. Sweet Lord! In the desk. So, quick note on whiskey coins. I don't think I've got many left. Maybe 4, 5. It says on the shop, I think. So, if you ain't got one yet, then go and get one. Okay, so Daftmill is a farm distillery owned and operated by the Cuthbert family. It only runs in the farm's quiet periods, midsummer and winter, sometimes producing as few as 100 casks per year. When not distilling, Francis Cuthbert looks after the estate, growing the malting barley used to make the Lowland whiskey. Growing the malting barley. I've never. Yeah, okay. Growing the malting barley. I suppose there's different barleys for different things, and that is a malting barley. So fair dues. It just didn't roll off the tongue that well. The barley variety Optic was grown in our south fields and harvested in the last week of August 2006. It was then stored on the farm to be malted in Alloa during the summer of 2007. I love that. So it's like the south fields and stuff as well. So it's just that a good bit of information. And I suppose if you believe in that terroir stuff, then that might be good. Not sure I do, to be fair. But that's a topic for another video. 23 first fill ex-bourbon barrels were used to make up this batch. They were filled between the 14th of February 2008 and the 28th of April 2008 before being left to mature in the upper level of warehouse number 1. See, I like that as well, like even where it was. Yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, Daftmill. What's it all about, eh? I mean, obviously we all know the craziness around Daftmill. For whatever reason, I don't quite know what happened. I guess it's down to Berry Brothers and Rudd. Amazing marketing. Perhaps they've got some American contacts. Maybe it's popular over there. Got no idea, really. And like I said, never managed to get my hands on a bottle before. So this is a bit of a treat. Or is it? Shall we see? Let's get straight into it. The nose. The nose is great. Little bits of kind of acetone there that lead into almost like a tropical fruit for me. Close to a banana, I think. Yep, I'm going banana. Obviously, you got your usual bourbon vanillas. There's a real honey citrus note going on. I feel like it's a mixed citrus. You know, sometimes you get lemons and you're like, it's definitely lemons, or it's definitely limes, or it's like oranges. I feel like this is a mix. You know, it's like somebody's just piled up a bunch of lemons, limes, and oranges in a room. But yeah, I can see why people like it. It's super duper on the nose. Really, really enjoying it. Trying to get past this. There's something there. It's the woody, chocolatey, tanniny kind of smell I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get my nose past the banana. As soon as I pick up banana, man, that's just all I want to focus on. I'm like, ooh, banana. Definitely a light wood, not a musty, old, funky wood. It's light and fresh, summery. Some cereal notes in there, nice cereal notes. Remind me of like a sweetened breakfast cereal. Everything sort of coming together as well as reminding me of just a shop that sells lots of sweeties. There's so much going on. There's a lot of different sweet smells. I think that's coming from the kind of tropical notes. Yeah, really tropical. Surprised by that. I mean, it's been a while since I was up at my bro-in-law's and tasted this, so I've pretty much forgotten everything. I didn't write any notes at the time, so. But yeah, a little bit of sting on the nose. I should have said it is 46% ABV, which I'm sure everybody knows. And I don't know, so this is the 2008. There's a limited edition of 6,000 bottles, so there's a fair amount of bottles go out. I'm just like too slow, and I think normally RRP for about 120, but then you can pick them up at auction for silly money. Okay, the duties.
The palate.
Right. First impressions are I prefer the nose. It is nice though. Kind of feel like when I gave it a bit of a chew there in my mouth and a little bit of the swirl for the first time, didn't quite pick up on the sweet notes that I was expecting. But that second sip there, I just passed it over the sort of top of my tongue and getting those sweet notes now. I'd say it's what I would expect from a really good quality bourbon whiskey, bourbon matured whiskey. So, it's fresh. It feels, summery. It's light yet complex. I need to drill down into these kind of sweet notes a little bit. Citrus is there, vanilla is there. Slight, I think the banana, pineapple-y, mango-y kind of tropical fruitness is there or thereabouts in the background, but not quite as distinct as the nose. The woody note is interesting. There's some definite oak spice there, but it's not overpowering. But it's one of the few ones I've tried that it's actually quite tingly, and it's moving from the pepperiness is moving from the tip of my tongue back to the sort of middle part of my tongue, and staying around there, and it just feels quite tingly and almost fizzy. I wanted to say, but that sounds a little bit silly. But that kind of all over my tongue. It's very strange. Not really had that with too many whiskies before. Normally get like a Szechuan kind of numbing, or it's a chili heat, or white pepper, black pepper kind of thing going on. So I feel like there's some baking sugar and spices going on. I want to say almost like it's like a it's like cloves. and a bit of cinnamon, and it's kind of, I think that's kind of mixing in with that pepperiness and moving across my tongue. Really interesting. I think the more I drink this, the more I could get into it. The more I see why people are quite fascinated by it. You know, if you're a bourbon matured kind of aficionado, if that's your thing, and I can see why you would want to go for this. I mean, it's leaps and bounds ahead of your standard kind of old Pulteney's and the other kind of more standard bourbon cask matured whiskies. I think the only one that I would say would stand up to it, and I think perhaps exceed it on many occasions, is Glencadam. Not necessarily the well, yeah, maybe the 10. I'd need to have them side by side. I mean, I think for me this would win on the nose. I think the Glencadam 10's a little bit. It's not quite as complex as I'd like on the nose, but there's other Glencadams, cast strength Glencadams, and stuff that I'm sure would blow this out of the water. But yeah, in terms of a bourbon bomb, I mean, Glencadam and Daftmill seem to be top of the pile for me. Can't really think of too many others. Of course, Blair Athol. If you go to Blair Athol and get something out of the distillery there, I mean, you can pick up some absolute belters, or from independent bottlers. So those three seem to be really nailing the whole kind of bourbon bomb thing. And just a little shout out, actually. I've not reviewed this one yet, but the Lindor's bourbon cask release. You should still be able to find it in some places. I know of a retailer near me that still has some. But yeah, getting scarce. That, I think, is where the Lindor's spirit is meant to be, because that as well, I think, is a really nice bourbon bomb. Different, than Daftmill, for sure. But very nice. Okay.
The echo.
What keeps coming back? Not sure. I mean, it's quite. I feel like it's quite light on the finish. There's less oil to move around, so it's not quite as heavy. It's definitely a lighter dram, which is no bad thing. Sometimes you're just in the mood for that kind of thing. But what's coming back? I think what's coming back for me is that citrus. It's big citrus. The cereal note. I want to say like shreddies, kind of sugary shreddies. And there's a bit of that wood and the spice, the cloves, and I don't know if it's cinnamon or not. I need to like stick a bit of cinnamon in my mouth and reacquaint myself with that flavor profile. But something like that, it's that all the stuff that I've just mentioned in the sort of tasting notes is very much what kind of comes back. It's quite an all round kind of flavour that's coming back. No one thing is really sticking out for me, which I suppose makes this a fabulously balanced whiskey. So yeah. Is it worth the £120 RRP? I don't know if that's gone up. Maybe. Yeah. I think maybe would be the answer. All right. Well, I think I was looking at my stats, and I'm obviously getting close to 1,000 subs. Woohoo! But my stats suggest that 80% of the people, you guys right now watching this, aren't subscribed. So if you could subscribe, give me a little subscribe, hit the bell, whatever, like the video. It really helps the channel, gives me a little boost, and motivates me to do more content. And I think everybody is looking for that 1,000 subs milestone. It would be a really great achievement for me. So if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. And see you in the next one. Slanch.